In the world of organized crime, few names have struck fear like El Mencho, the elusive leader of the Jalisco New Generation cartel. For years, he was one of the most wanted figures on the planet, with a multi-million-dollar U.S. bounty on his head and a reputation that spanned continents. But in February 2026, Mexico dealt one of the most significant blows in its long fight against cartel violence, the death of El Mencho. Tonight, we explore who he was, how he fell, and the violent aftermath that rippled across a nation. Nemesio Ruben Oseguera Cervantes, better known as El Mencho, was the leader of the Jalisco New Generation Cartel, or CJNG. Under his rule, the CJNG grew from a regional gang to a global criminal empire. They trafficked fentanyl and methamphetamine across North America, engaged in kidnappings, extortion, and brutal violence that left entire cities living in fear. By 2026, El Mencho was one of the most wanted criminals in the world. The U.S. State Department offered a reward of $15 million for information leading to his capture. But after years of pursuit, it wasn't capture, it was death. On February 22, 2026, Mexican federal forces launched a precision operation in Tapalpa, Jalisco with intelligence support from U.S. agencies. The goal? Capture or neutralize the cartel boss. What followed was a fierce confrontation. Security forces engaged El Mencho and his entourage in a shootout. Though wounded, El Mencho was transported toward medical care, but he died from his injuries. Mexican officials confirmed his death within hours. For authorities, it was a major victory in the long and bloody war against cartels. But the story didn't end with his death. Instead, violence erupted nationwide. Cartel factions loyal to El Mencho unleashed chaos, blocking highways, burning vehicles, and attacking infrastructure in dozens of Mexican states. Officials reported highway blockades by cartel members, vehicles torched in major cities, clashes with state security forces, daily life interrupted in key regions. In Guadalajara, soccer matches were postponed due to safety fears. The streets of Mexico became a battlefield, not just for justice, but for revenge. In the aftermath, security experts and law enforcement warned that the situation could worsen. Former U.S. Drug Enforcement Administration officials urged travelers to reconsider trips into certain parts of Mexico, warning that roadblocks and burnings posed serious dangers. The message was clear. Even with El Mencho gone, the cartel and the violence that comes with it was far from defeated. So why is El Mencho's death such a big deal? Because in the world of organized crime, leaders like him are symbols of power, and removing them creates a vacuum. But that vacuum doesn't bring peace. Instead, it invites rivalry. Cartels splinter. New leaders emerge. Alliances shift. Violence increases. Mexican security analysts caution that defeating a cartel boss doesn't dismantle a cartel. It can sometimes make the fighting more chaotic. Now, authorities face a new challenge. CJNG members may splinter into rival groups. New leaders will fight for control. And Mexico's ongoing struggle against cartel influence continues, not just with force, but with reforms, community resilience, and international cooperation. Whether El Mencho's death weakens the cartel long-term remains to be seen. But one thing is undeniable. This moment will shape Mexico's fight against organized crime for years to come. Thanks for watching this deep look into the death of El Mencho, the impact of his cartel, and the volatile aftermath that followed. If you want more in-depth breaking stories and historical documentaries, please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Tell us in the comments, do you think El Mencho's death will bring peace or more violence? Until next time.